It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Hey, welcome back to another... Wow.
Who's the man
Retro
today?
movie review. Retro movie review.
Who's top cop now?
He is. And he's Tyson. And I'm Joel.
I am Tyson.
Yeah,
Joel,
I'm
sorry.
introducing you. I don't know why. I am recording. And I don't know how much this thing going to end up editing. Apparently a lot.
I mean, do we need to...
Let's restart this whole thing. No, we're going with it. We're keeping it real, folks. It's all about authenticity here on YouTube.
Trying to be a professional here.
Yeah, we're trying to be professional, as you can tell.
That's what I get.
You're a professional. I'm a professional.
Which is why, and it's totally not trying to take advantage of the algorithm this week, because as this episode drops, and we are reviewing Alien, and we're not doing the entire box set. This is for the quadrilogy or whatever it is.
Just the first one?
We're just doing the first one,
Awesome.
because not only is it the 45th anniversary, which I got to take my kids and my wife, and we went to the theater.
I was going to ask you, did you see the...
We did get to go see it. We did. I know you mentioned to me on text, you're like, and I'm thinking, okay, realistically, are we going to be able to coordinate this?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. So,
And truth be told, I think I've seen it probably at least 3 times in the theater.
this is only the second time. This is my second time. I saw it back in like the 90s, the late 90s. Actually, I think when it was the... probably would have been like the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, I remember I saw it then.
Yeah.
And then I don't think it was necessarily an anniversary. I think they were just doing something special at the theater at Universal Studios.
Oh, okay.
So the year my wife and I moved to Florida, we saw, it was a double feature. We watched Alien.
Okay.
It was badass.
Yeah.
And the remake of My Bloody Valentine.
Oh,
It was in 3D.
nice, which I still haven't seen.
Double feature date night.
I still haven't seen the remake of that.
You should.
Very convincing.
So, Alien, 1979. You know what? There's nothing to read off the back, and it doesn't matter. If you don't know what Alien is, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
A group of space miners on the ship Nostromo, the mining ship Nostromo, are woken from their cryogenic chambers to react to a beacon,
Distress call.
and they check it out, and it's a big mistake because the fit hits the shan, as the kids say, and it's basically one of the greatest. And I remember one time I made a mistake on HMP, on Horror Movie Podcast. I questioned, is Alien really a horror movie? Because it's a science fiction movie in my head. Yes, it's a horror movie.
100%.
I don't know what was, up my butt
it's
that
also
day that I...
science fiction, but
It's science fiction horror. And
it's a horror movie.
I believe it was Dan O'Bannon. I'm pretty sure it was Dan O'Bannon, the original writer of the screenplay, who said it was always intended to be like a haunted house movie in space. Like that. And it's what it is. Like it feels like they're in this gothic-y type of vibe with it.
It's a monster flick.
Yeah. Oh, it's totally a monster movie. Sigourney Weaver, early Sigourney Weaver is fantastic. Tom Skerritt is Dallas.
Yaphet Kotto.
Yaphet Kotto is Parker and Brett, right? Isn't that the Harry Dean Stanton?
Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Rewatching it, and I always forget this, but rewatching it, they so perfectly captured that sort of blue collar.
Oh yeah.
You're just there for the check, and you're a union guy, and like the lack of care.
There's like the bosses and the supervisors, and then there's
and then the worker guys, and just how they mess with them. Like when that moment when Ripley's down there and they got the steam going, and as soon as
I can't.
Okay, what?
Whenever he says anything, you say, right, Brett. You know that?
Right.
And then as soon as she's gone,
why don't you just f off, Parker?
Yes, it's so great. But there's just such a great dynamic, and then it's easy to remember now, like, oh, it's a Ripley series, but it wasn't. And the fact that you really didn't know, because back then no one knew who Sigourney Weaver was.
Yeah.
So you didn't know who was going to survive.
You assume that Tom Skerritt was probably going to be
I think that would have been probably who everybody thought. But probably because John Hurt at that point was a pretty well respected actor. He'd done the Elephant. No, he hadn't done the Elephant Man yet. That was the next year. That was 1980, I think. But he was still known. I feel like John Hurt was known. Yaphet Kotto was probably at least somewhat known. Harry Dean Stanton was known.
Who played Ash?
Ian Holm.
Ian Holm.
Yeah, and Veronica Cartwright. Yeah. What was her character's name? I was trying to remember this the other day. Oh crap! It's gonna drive me crazy.
No, I want to tell you, Parker and
4 to 6 days later.
I believe I'll be editing this part.
Shit.
How can you not remember?
Yeah, but you got Veronica Cartwright. Did you notice that we were to edit there? That's because we were trying to remember what her character name was. This went way too long of us trying to. That's the only character I can't remember. You got Dallas, you got Ash, you got Brett, you got Parker, you got Ripley. But for some reason, I can't remember her character's name to save my life.
No.
I don't know why. Anywho, but yeah, it's a fantastic cast. Ridley Scott's director. And here's the thing about Ridley Scott. I think his movies are beautiful, iconic in many ways, like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
But I kind of sometimes find his movies boring. I find them to be like
Blade Runner.
Like Blade Runner, dude. I love the look of it. I think it's gorgeous. I get why like Peter loves it. But
Fun fact.
Yes.
And remember, if you haven't been watching this channel for long, we always try to give you what we call like win a drink at a bar trivia.
Yeah.
The scene where they're landing on LV 426.
Yes.
There's a close up of like the monitor that like shows how close they're getting.
Yes. Yeah.
That same image is the exact same image as the hover car from Blade Runner when what's his name?
Deckard?
No.
I haven't seen Blade Runner in a minute.
Alamos.
Oh, Edward James Olmos.
Edward James Olmos. Yeah. The scene, there's a scene where it's low and there's like a,
I didn't even remember Edward James Olmos was in Blade Runner.
Exact same. Yeah, he's got a small part. But anyway, it's the exact same. It's the exact same.
Yeah, it's like Rutger Hauer, Sean Young. I know they're all in it. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. And just also like just watch. They did. Oh, and so during the 45th anniversary thing in the theater, because the week that we're dropping this, because again, hi algorithm.
Suck up.
Is it Alien Week?
It's Alien Week. Okay. Alien Romulus. Fede Alvarez's. And I'm calling it Fede Alvarez. I am a massive Fede Alvarez fan. Don't Breathe 2, which he produced, he didn't direct, but still was fantastic. I liked the way that he produced the Texas Chainsaw 2022, which I know very few people liked, but I just loved. I loved aspects of it. I love the ending of it.
I try not to get excited about things like that.
And Evil Dead 2013, man.
Yeah,
remake.
I can't help it.
But here's the thing. So here's why. Even if it isn't perfect, which nothing's going to be, right? I feel like Fede Alvarez, and this is what I really wish a lot of filmmakers would get, just show some love and respect for you're standing on the shoulders of what other people made.
Yeah.
And maybe don't take a big dump on their head. Just saying. This is a thought. And I felt like there was an interview with him and Scott, which really Scott's producing it too. So obviously he's cool with it. And they're together discussing the movie, and you just get that Alvarez loves these movies. He loves them. And so your crotch is apparently dinging at me.
Sorry.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
I have a plant that needs watered.
Wow.
That's what that notification was.
That's sure, why not? But anyway, so Fede Alvarez sits there for 10 minutes before Alien was on with Ridley Scott, and they go back and forth talking.
Oh, this was on the screen? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really neat because you got to hear the dynamics of what he was trying to accomplish and what he respected and loved about that original film. And it was all let me put this way. He's saying all the right things. So as we record this, we're still a few months out from when it comes out August, the week of August 16th, I think, whatever that Friday is, middle of August. So this episode is dropping that Monday. We're getting ready. By the end of this week, I'm going to be there, baby. I cannot wait.
Deal with it, you corporate shill.
So yeah, if you've ever seen Alien, I know we barely talked about this movie.
Oh, no, we got it. Well, let's keep going because I feel like we have to.
Okay, but the point is, like, everybody knows. This is a 5-taper.
For me as well.
I feel like
I think we need to touch on, the creature.
No, the xenomorph and yes, it is amazing. It's, I guess, you know what it is? I don't think there's literally anything that I could say that will contribute anything new.
No.
Just have to say, if for some weird reason, the kind of person that would watch a channel called Mom and Pop Video Shop has never seen any of the Alien movies, whichever ones you haven't seen, you should absolutely run out to watch.
Spitball, how many times do you think you've seen
the original?
Yeah.
At least 10.
Oh, really?
At least.
Oh, man, dude. I watch it twice a year.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. I've seen it.
Somehow I get the feeling you don't get out much.
And here's the interesting thing. Again, because of our age difference, I saw Aliens before I saw Alien.
Actually, weirdly, and because it's a running joke with my friends, that I saw all these movies out of order. But this, I think, is the one franchise where I saw them in order. But I will tell you this. For what it's worth, I prefer Aliens. I love this movie. Alien is a classic. It is brilliant. Seeing on the big screen is just amazing. But Aliens, it's like a whole other level for me.
Aliens, you get the horror and the action and the big.
Yes, and there's humor to it. Like this, I love the Parker and Brett.
It's the
scene.
James Cameron effect.
Yeah, it is.
It's
and I will tell you,
Day versus
and I'm more of a James Cameron fan than I am a Ridley Scott fan. If we're talking about like if we're looking at the totality of the movies they've made, minus Titanic, that I feel like I typically, if I'm going to give my options, hey, you want to put in this James Cameron movie, or you want to put in this? You want to put in True Lies or put in Legend?
This one is more slow burn. I mean, really,
yes, it is.
Slow
It's
burn.
a true slow burn, but it's so beautiful.
But Aliens, you can argue Aliens. I mean, what you're 45 minutes into Aliens before, especially if you watch
the narrative.
You know,
the narrative, and both of the movies have this. Like, there's a narrative momentum to them.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched Alien Cubed in a long time. I used to have it on Laserdisc.
I love
visually, because it's Fincher, it's gorgeous.
I love Alien 3.
I need to rewatch it. I have not seen it in years. I'm going to rewatch it with my kids.
The budget. I don't know if you're watching the special features or the alternate.
Yeah, but it also had massive amounts of studio interference, and
the two ideas were going to be they were going to do it on a planet like Earth that was very agricultural. With farm and wheat. I mean, you can imagine how cool. And we get that a little bit in one of the Alien versus Predators, I think.
Yes.
Where you see like the grass moving. Yes. But the other one was going to be basically like a planetoid thing that was all wooden, like almost like a Noah's Ark thing, which again, budget wise, 92. Yeah, it would have been 90.
Same year as Dr. Giggles. Just saying. I like Alien Resurrection. We rewatched it not that long ago for Jay the Dead's new horror movies, and there's not an completist. The only ones I've never seen. I saw the first Alien vs. Predator, but I know there was a sequel that I heard was god awful.
Requiem.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. I think I've seen all the other Alien stuff. Like, I love all the Alien stuff. So, Alien, if you've never seen it,
I'd be curious to know.
I'd be curious to know why. Maybe you just don't like horror sci-fi. Again, which case, I'm not sure why you're watching this channel, but that's cool. Hey, maybe because I covered Heavenly Kid at one point. I don't know. I'm good with it. But Alien. What do you think of it? I mean, you never know. There may be some other like, I think it's boring and I don't like it, and that's fair enough. I don't agree with you, but because I normally would when it comes to Ridley Scott movies. If you want to talk about Legend, which again, amazing effects, beautifully shot. I've never been able to stay awake from that movie.
I've never seen Legend.
I've never been able. I've tried 3 times in my life.
Oh, narcolepsy, probably.
Right. Needless to say, if you want to talk about Legend being boring, I'm with you. Although Darkness, that Tim Curry, I mean, it's a freaking amazing. You've seen that.
I have seen that.
That's amazing. But that's it. That being said,
I freaking love Alien. The good call. I feel like we're doing a disservice because we just
but no,
we can't talk about this.
We're promoting it.
Yes,
and we're not remotely doing it just because Alien Romulus is coming out this week.
And go see Alien Romulus. Let us know in the comments below what you think.
Don't spoil that for sure, because that's
especially before Tyson sees it.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying I'm going to go to the theater, but it usually
that's an opening.
It's usually like act of God for me to get out, but for this,
Alien Romulus has got to be seen on the big screen, and we want to support it. I mean, here's the thing: theaters are having their problems, and we're not going to get a ton of movies this year. Which I'm in team good because
Danny, don't I feel like an asshole making me feel bad?
I'm just saying.
Another Tom Cruise reference.
Yeah, it was actually
A Few Good Men.
Yep, indeed it was.
We gotta wrap this.
Okay, so let us know in the comments what you think, and until we meet again here at Mom and Pop Video Shop, remember our love of
John Carpenter's Dark Star.
Wow. Deep cut. Nice. Like it.
See what I did there, too?
I did. Yes. Very well played. Never stops.
Mom and Pop's Video Shop.